Have you ever eaten something you know is super healthy, but then like an hour later, you're just bloated and uncomfortable? Yeah, if that sounds familiar, you're gonna wanna stick around because the reason why that happens might actually blow your mind. I mean, you're doing everything right. You grab an apple for a snack, you have a nice bean salad for lunch, making all these good, healthy choices. But instead of feeling awesome, you just feel blah, gassy, bloated. It's a super common problem, and honestly, it's just so confusing. So, what is going on? Well, the answer might come down to this one little-known acronym, FODMAPs. I know, it sounds super scientific and complicated, but the idea behind it is actually surprisingly simple, and it might just completely change the way you think about what healthy even means. All right, so let's pull back the curtain and take a look at what these hidden culprits, these FODMAPs, actually are. Okay, so in a nutshell, FODMAPs are basically just types of carbs that your gut bacteria absolutely love to feast on. And when I say feast, I mean they ferment them fast. It's kind of like pouring gasoline on a fire. For a lot of people, especially anyone dealing with something like IBS, this super fast fermentation is exactly what's creating all that gas and that awful, uncomfortable bloating. So, to make this super easy to understand, let's think of it like a traffic light system. First up, we've got the red light foods. These are the fast fermenters we were just talking about. And this is where it gets wild, because look at this list. Onions, apples, beans, milk. These are classic healthy foods, right? They're packed with good stuff, but they're also really high in FODMAPs. And that's what makes them such big-time triggers for bloating if you've got a sensitive gut. But don't worry, it's definitely not all bad news. There are so many amazing alternatives. So now let's talk about the green light foods. These are the gentler options that your digestive system might just thank you for. So you've got things like bananas, berries, rice, eggs. These guys are all low in FODMAPs. What that means is they ferment way more slowly and gently inside your gut. It's not that big, explosive reaction. They're way less likely to cause all that gas, which makes them a much calmer choice for a sensitive system. Okay, now this next point is probably the single most important takeaway from this whole thing. We really need to talk about a crucial distinction here, because this is where so many people get tripped up. Here's the key idea. Having a reaction to a high FODMAP food is a sign of a sensitivity. It is not an allergy. And trust me, those are two totally different ballgames. So let's break down the difference. An allergy, that's your immune system freaking out, treating a food like an invader. It can be super serious, even life-threatening. But an IBS sensitivity to FODMAPs, that's a digestive system response. Your body isn't attacking the food. It's simply that your digestion is having a hard time with the speed of that fermentation process. So this is the big aha moment. That apple isn't bad. Those beans aren't unhealthy. The issue has nothing to do with the quality of the food itself. It's all about the speed at which your unique digestive system can handle it. See how that just reframes the whole conversation? It stops being about good foods and bad foods and becomes about finding the right foods for your body. And that kind of leaves us with a really interesting question to chew on, right? We're always told what's healthy in this very one-size-fits-all kind of way. But maybe healthy is way more personal than that. So what if listening to your own body, to your own digestion, is the real secret to figuring out what healthy actually means for you?